Hey everyone, I'm back. So today I will be having a very touchy subject. As everybody can see, I will be talking about being black and living in Canada versus being black and living in New Zealand. Why say touchy subject? Because we'll be looking at racism, and when we talk about racism, people tend to get uncomfortable about it and defensive about it. So, as I'll be talking about this, I want people to understand that I am talking about my experiences and that my experiences are not the experiences of all black people in Canada or all black people in New Zealand. It's really my experience. Also, I'm not making a grand, generalization. I think, wherever you are, you'll be faced with, good people or bad people. So I hope people know that. So I'm going to begin now. So as we begin, and also I'll be talking as a Congolese, an African, a black African Congolese in New Zealand, a black African Congolese in Canada. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna start with policing, the police being black and being black and having any kind of contact with the police in Canada versus in New Zealand. Now I'm gonna be very honest. I'm very wary and scared of the police here in Canada. So I'm in the province of Quebec. So I'll say Canada, Quebec will say. I'm very wary about them, and I say this not because I want to make it all dramatic. It's just my experiences. I've been stopped by the police for no reason, since I was when I was in my teens, basically. The police just would stop me for no apparent reason, and the way they would start a conversation most of the time was very aggressive for no reason also. So I'm gonna be a bit anecdotal about it because I think that's the only way I can really talk about it. Because something tells me that there is a bit of trauma there. Because whenever I walk on the streets of Montreal and I see the police passing by or just them getting out of the car, I I don't know, I haven't done anything wrong, but I'm just like, don't do anything, don't move fast, don't say anything. I just I get just uncomfortable, right? So I'm gonna get anecdotal. The first time where I saw that there was something going on was when I was in high school. And in high school, I used to play the double bass. I was in an orchestra, and one summer, the teachers told us that we could bring back our instrument back home from school and stay with our instrument the whole summer. And everyone was excited, so I said, I'm going to bring back my double bass. So at the end of school, I went, picked up my double bass. I had my other friends with their instrument, their violin, their cellos, trombone, all of that. And we all went out. And I remember my twin brother was waiting for me. And I remember the police just looking, zeroing on me. I was the only black person at that moment of being outside with my instrument, and there were other people around me who had their instruments. But the police, zeroed in on me, and they came. My brother was close to me, and they said, "What is in your instrument? What is in your, what is in your bag?" And I said, "Well, my double bass," and they just said, "Open it." And it was just very, aggressive. So I just said, I'm gonna open this. I'm just gonna, because I don't want problems. So I opened it, and then suddenly we're just like, "Oh, okay," and they walked away. But never checked other people, never asked the question to other people what was in the instrument. Well, they didn't just go, my twin brother just said, "Why are you targeting my brother, right, and not the other people?" And they just said, "Well, we're just protecting people, so you should be happy that we are doing our job and we're protecting people." And they just walked away. And I remember just feeling so uncomfortable because they didn't check other people for the instruments. but they zeroed in on me basically, right? Another time I was with my friend, my best friend, Rachel, and we were in the car and we stopped at the red light, waiting for the green light, when all of a sudden the police came close to us and both of them started looking at me, but very aggressively. It was just uncomfortable. And I remember just, like, oh, what's going on, Like, again, at that moment I was like, no sudden movement, don't do anything stupid. Well, I wouldn't do anything stupid anyway, but I'm trying to say, right? There's no sudden movement that would make them feel uncomfortable because the way they were looking, there's aggression in their eyes and a bit of, fear, if I could say. And then after they just stopped and drove off. Another time, as I was walking, all this happened when I was, in my young age, Another time was when I was walking. I was going to the bus. Because I was from the bus, I was going to go to work. So I'm walking, and I remember, oh no, I forgot my bus pass. So I went back to go back into the apartment to get my bus pass. When all of a sudden there was a police who I saw. They just put their I don't know, their lights on. I don't know what we call them, and came up to me and said, "Sir." No, sir. I was like in my late teens. Well, you could sir me. I don't know, but yeah, they just said, "Sir," and I said, "Yeah, we'd like to talk to you." I stopped and said, "Okay, show me your pièce d'identité, your identity card." Anyway, and I said, "Okay." I just said, "Did I do anything wrong?" "No, we just want to see." And I showed them to them. They were just looking. The other guy was like looking very intently and said, "Okay, bye." So I took it and I just walked away. I've had a lot of strange experiences with police officers in Canada, in Quebec, if I could say, stopping me for no apparent reason. To the point now that when I see police officers, I immediately feel uncomfortable. And sometimes they're like, I know I haven't done anything wrong, but I just get wary. And then, I read up on racism in the police force, and I see that I'm not the only one having that experience. So I just said, oh, okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. This is what I'm saying really happens, Now, I don't think everybody's evil, but I know that it's a problem that does happen. So, yeah, so I get uncomfortable with the police force here in Canada. I get a bit scared and a bit wary compared to New Zealand. So New Zealand, I think as most of you people know, I love New Zealand. It's such a beautiful country, hence why we are going back at some point. Yeah, so in New Zealand, whenever I saw the police, I never felt uncomfortable. I've never felt as if, they were eyeing me or zeroing in on me. It maybe happened once in Christchurch where they stopped me. A police officer just stopped me for no reason. I was walking, waiting for my husband to finish work, and they just said, "Hello, sir. Are you lost?" And I said, "No, I'm not lost." And they said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Well, I live in Auckland, but I'm from Congo, living in Canada. But yeah, we're here now." And I said, "Oh, okay." And they just walked away. So it happened once, but all in all, I've never felt aggression from the police in New Zealand. Does that mean it never happens? I don't know. I think, there are things that do happen, and maybe it does happen. I don't know. But personally, I haven't had, a bad experience. And if ever a black person watches this video and lives in New Zealand, if they had a bad experience, they can write down, and I'm gonna read it, of course. But I don't feel scared I don't feel scared or worried when I see the police in New Zealand compared to the police in Canada. I mean, even the first time I came to New Zealand, and you don't really see that much police where I was in my area, or even like at the CBD downtown. But you do see them from time to time. But every time I saw them, they were just, they were just doing their job, you know. And the first time I came, I was scared, right? But then, because I think it's because of the trauma I had in Canada. But yeah, it's no, I don't feel uncomfortable, right? Um, and again, I don't want people to think I'm making a grand generalization of police officers in Canada. I'm sure there are good police officers and there are bad police officers in Canada, just like there are good police officers and bad police officers in New Zealand. But from my experience and from what I've read in the news and all that, I haven't felt, scared when it comes to police officers in New Zealand compared to Canada. Now, we're gonna talk about being black and shopping. In being black and being in a grocery store, just being in a store, right? So this is where I think it becomes, I would say, maybe the same. I don't know if it's the same, but I had a few weird experiences in New Zealand, and I did have a bit more weird experiences in Canada, right? So I'm gonna start again with Canada. Whenever I go in a store in Canada, I'm always, I always make sure that, for example, it's gonna make sense. If I buy something at another store, I make sure to leave it at home, or if I'm with my husband, I ask let's go home, or we'll just leave it in the trunk, and then let's go to another store because I've had lots of experiences, a lot of events. Again, anecdotal. I'm gonna be where I would come in with a bag that it shows that I didn't shop at. Let's say I was at Best Buy, and then I went to I don't know, Walmart. So they know that this bag is from Best Buy. But on many occasions, people would stop to me and ask me what's in my bag, and I would show them and say, "Oh, I got it from Best Buy," and it's like, "Oh, we just want to see," and then I would continue my merry way, and it was uncomfortable. I have had lots of time in Canada where I was being followed. One time I was looking, it was like, I'm going to give away my age maybe, but yeah, so I was in HMV, which was, I think it's still there in Quebec, but yeah, it's a store where you can buy CDs, where you could buy CDs of your favorite artist, and yeah, and then yeah, you buy them and you come back with them and you just like do like CDs, books, and all that jazz, if you could say that. And I remember just, I was looking, I came in and then I saw this guy just looking at me. And as I would walk, he would follow me all the time. At first I said, maybe it's just, maybe it's just, coincidence. He's there wherever I am. But the guy followed me like the whole time I was in the store, just followed me. And then when I would like look for a CD, when I look in a CD, he would stop and like, and I saw him in his eyes like looking at me, making sure I'd put the CD down. I would put the CD down and then he'd like stop. And I would continue walking and then I would see him follow me again. So the guy just followed me throughout the store. Oh, it was infuriating. I'm like, I'm not gonna steal anything, right? So at this point I went a bit, I was like, no. So I came up to him and I said, "Sir, do you know where I can find the Vanessa Carlton? Is it Vanessa Carlton? She's a singer in the early 2000s." But yeah, and I said, and then I said, where I can find this artist, Vanessa Carlton? And he said, "Is that rap music?" I'm like, "Oh no, it's not rap." Like, "Oh, okay." And I just like walked to. I was like, "Ugh, you're wasting your time." When did It happened to me at the grocery stores where they one particular person would just follow me around and, act like, he was doing his job, putting things, on the, checking prices, whatever. But just like following me around and looking at me. So shopping while black in Canada, ugh, it's stressful. Again, as I say this, I don't think everybody's the same in Canada. But yeah, it happens a lot, right? Now, if we were to look in New Zealand, it happened to me once, where somebody followed me in a store, and in another video, where I say, when I talk about being black in New Zealand, I do share about the story. But yeah, so it happened to me once, but most of the time, I had pleasant experiences. Nobody really followed me. I'd come in, buy my stuff, and get out, right? Now is interaction with people. So interaction with, common people, being black, and talking to, people around you, in Canada, I had, being black in Canada, in Quebec, was, not, I wouldn't say traumatizing, but it did happen on many occasions where people had things to say, racist things to say. I've had racist friends who are not friends anymore. I've had, people calling me the N-word, for no apparent reason. I remember when I was with my brother, my twin brother, I would want to show him, in Quebec, there is a place called The Village where mostly gay people go to. And we're just walking around, and this man came up to us and threw a banana on the floor and said, and acted like a monkey in front of us, right? And yeah, I've had like weird experiences with people in Canada. Again, I want to make sure that people know, as I say this, not everybody is like that, but it did happen a lot to me when I was in Quebec, where, random people would stop and say the N-word for no reason, getting thrown a peel of banana and acting like monkeys in front of us, doing racist jokes, having racist ex-friends, and yeah, and in New Zealand, did that happen? It happened once. It happened once, even twice, where I was called the N-word. As I was walking down the street, it happened once with my husband. He was around. He was with me, and somebody just said the N-word. And the second time it happened was somebody just saying, "Hey, my N," just a random person. And I was just like, okay, and I just went on my merry way. So I hope the video kind of helped. I'm sorry, I was about to burp. I hope the video kind of helped. I really wanted to discuss, because somebody in my comments wanted to know the difference of being black in Canada and being black in New Zealand. So I did that for that person, and for all people who want to maybe come to Canada or New Zealand. I will start by saying, I will re-say the same thing. These are my experiences. Not every black person has the same experiences as me. I'm not making a generalization. I don't think all Canadians are bad or all New Zealand are bad. In every country there are bad and good people. But I will talk about my experience, because there are things that did maybe, kind of traumatize me, and which makes me, travel in the world differently. And yeah, I hope you liked the vlog. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching till the end, for those who made it till the end. You have a good day, a good morning, a good evening, wherever you are, and I promise a more fun video next week. So yeah, thank you guys, thank you for watching. Bye.